Right, so for today, what we aim to do is get a radiator in here. There's no pipes in here, there's 10mm in the other side. So we can't connect onto the 10mm. So we're going to have to go up the side of the bedroom, into the loft, across, and then to the boiler in 15. Because you can't tee off 10mm. So if someone tries teeing off 10mm, don't let them, because radiators won't work properly. So we have to take the feed back to 15 or 22. And we'll show you how we do that. So people think they're 15mm, they're not. They're 10mm buried in more. You can't take a feed off that. So we're going to have to run it down the corner there, go into the loft, and then go across the loft and down. Then whoever's done the bathroom, let's put that in middle of nowhere. Not big enough for the bathroom. Look at that pipe work. Lovely. They've swapped the radiator. Put a radiator in which is way too small for it. Should have been an extra 100mm. They put some copper. So we're just going to sort it all out for them. In lofts like this and there's a load of installation, we know for a fact that all the feeds come from above because it's a concrete floor. Don't go willy-nilly standing on everything. Make sure you always stand on the centre beam and just check where it is, right? And then just do it bit by bit. Don't go willy-nilly, otherwise you're just going to go through floor and you're going to stand on pipes. So I see that. I can follow them all to here. Take that lagging off and it's 22. So they've gone 22 to 10mm everywhere. So where I'm coming up in that bedroom, I'm going to come up in that bedroom and I'm going to tap into the 22 for the radiator in that conservatory. Because tapping into the 10mm, it won't work properly. But always check carefully and always make sure you're standing on these supports. Fine. Otherwise you go through ceiling. So for my rad, I'm using 4-inch screws and I'm putting 4 in here just to make this rad's massive. So we don't want it coming off all. 4-inch screws straight in. What I've done is I've measured off the bottom of the bracket, so that'll come to there. I've left 2-inch for my copper pipes to run along here and then straight into the rad. And then once they're painted, you won't see them. And that's how we're going to do this rad. And then we'll do his other bracket on there. That's it. So this is why I say to you, always chisel it out with your chisel gentle. The pipes don't run down there, they come across there, so they must go into the kitchen, come across there. So we would have just drilled straight through there because that's the height for what we want. And we would have gone straight through that 10mm. 2 10mm pipes in there. So always chisel it out, have a look, see what you're doing, and then go through. We always patch all that back up, but we're going to box all that, so you're not going to see it. But if you don't check it, if you would have hit them there, you would have had to rerun these 2 10mm because you wouldn't fix that there. It's too tight into that corner. So always check. Top tip. And then on this side, because electrician thought he'd just put a fuse spur everywhere he wants, I've just undid it to check where these cables go. So one goes across there and one goes up. So I know when I drill through this wall, we should be all right in here, apart from them 2 pipes on the other side. And then just screw it back up neatly. Never rag it about, just do it nice and tidily. That's it. Right, so when I'm doing this and we've come through a wall, plaster's come off. So what I'm doing is I'm just patching it up first, because it'll be hard to patch up after. I'm just using a 1 strike. It's a right light filler. And that's it. and then I can get my pipe through there, tape my pipe up, tape end up, and then that is going through that hole.
Fine.
So listen, I don't want to be cutting that because I need every bit of that pipe to make sure it goes into my fitting. So it'll pull out slightly, and I don't want to be cutting it and socketing it because it's going to affect my fitting. So we need to get the water out there. I'm going to hacksaw there, and that'll let the water run. Then I'm going to get my blowtorch on, pull it off and clean that fitting up. And I'll do the same with that one. Then this rad should go on nicely. And there you go. I'm just going to let it drain out there, and then I can get my solder on it, and we'll twist it and pull that fitting off. A little bit of time makes the job easier. And there you go, nicely soldered off, cleaned it up. Nothing olive will go on that now. That rad will go straight on. I thought, while I'm doing this tile rad, I might as well promote my tile wicks. Now, I don't know what tiles these are. They look like floor tiles to me. But, bish bash bosh MJC, let's see. Oh yes, they're a floor tile. But no job too small. So on that, these are tough tiles, but it's still drilled 4 holes before end snaps off, and that's because I want using water, because I don't mess about, because I want it straight in, 4 holes, pound, bargain. That's a bargain of a century. These tile bits, they're different class. You just can't get them. Different class. Look at that, 4 holes in a minute 10 seconds. So for this, I'm just using clear silicone, because clear silicone, once it reflexes, once that dries and reflects, it'll look similar to the tile. If you put a grout in it, it's just going to jump out at you straight away. The holes are sealed, looks good. Hillbrook silicone, lovely this gear. That's it. So what I've done is I've put me nut and olive on, and then I've got my olive on, and then I've wrapped some PTFE tape around it nice and tight. Because we're using the fitting, we're getting that on, we're going to make sure that this don't leak. Now, chances are it might not leak, but if it does leak, you're knackered. Do you know what I mean? So, putting a bit of tape on it to make sure can save you a lot of time later. Especially with these pipes already being used. So we put tape on them, put his valve on, tighten it up, job's done. You'll never have to look at that again. That's it. Right, if you remember what this rad looked like before and what it looks like now, it's what it could have been done with in the first place. Look how nice and tidy it is. Beautiful, managed to get it in just right. This lady will think it's like Christmas now having that. But don't be ringing me, people, to be doing jobs like this, because I don't tend to do them. I've only done this job as a favour to one of my customers, because it's my customer's father, and they kept getting let down by someone. So that's the only reason I've done it. I don't normally do jobs like this. I don't like them. So, but this is what's possible. Just going to quickly explain. If you're swapping a rad and you want to get the exact same centres of how it's done, just measure the bracket. So that bracket's 140. Then measure the new bracket. That bracket's 60mm. So minus 60mm off 140 is 80mm. So draw a line where the bracket is now, measure 80mm down and start your bracket from there. And then when you hang that rad, it'll be the exact same centres as this one. That's it. So before I've took the bracket off, I've measured from there to that point, and then I've measured down to that point. Then I've checked that out, and then you just set it. This is 10mm higher than that, so I've just set it 70mm down. When I hang this radiator, it'll go bang straight into the back of them centres. As easy as that. That's it. Bigger rad, 600 high, 100mm wider. I've just put a new thermostat on this. That other one looks fairly new, but if you change it, you might as well put a new one on. For the sake of what it is, you might as well just do it. Be nice and toasty in here now. Right, let's get on. So these are the pipes from the conservatory. I brought them all the way up. Can you see that? There's 22 there. So I'm teeing into them here. But what I did is, I was trying to force that because there's no movement in them pipes. And I've damaged that rubber. I felt the rubber snap. So I've had to take it out. I've cut it out. And I'll just extend it with a bit of plastic now. New tee in there. Then slot that straight on there. Now I've got a bit of movement in that with plastic. Join plastic from there to there. We'll lag them all back up. Clip them back. All the lagging back. Lovely. We know that rad will work perfect. Right, that's it. And then there, I've just run them pipes straight up there, which I'll box in. There we go. All boxed in. Finished. There you go. Pipes. In for rad down there. Nice and neat. Then that one. Nice and neat. Beautiful. And then the boxing in. Just needs a lick of paint. And that rad. This room will be warm now. And that rad. This room will be warm now.